Greetings. Happy beginning of the semester. Welcome to English 1105, Workplace and Technical Communication. I'm your instructor, Brandon Jeter. You could just call me Jeter. Jeter is fine. Now, I'm going to give you an introduction to the course. I'm going to give you the best practices for the course so that you know how to ace the course. And as long as you follow these guidelines, you should be good. You should be good for the course. Yeah. So first things first, let's take a look at our Blackboard shell. That's what we call them. We call them shells. And here we go. I need to jazz this up. I'm gonna make it look fancier. All right, so, oh, this isn't even us right here. Where are we? Boom, here we are. English 1105. So first things first, go to the Start Here folder, check out the syllabus, technology requirements, and make sure you complete that no-show assignment. The no-show assignment is really important for you to complete. If you don't complete it, you will be administratively dropped from the course. And if there is anyone on that waiting list for that period that you're out, they could slide in there, take your spot, and you'll be out of luck. So take that no-show quiz. Take it as soon as possible. Just get that out the way. All right, so as an overview for the course, this course is about technical communication in the workplace mostly. But there are a lot of gems in this course that work for communication between you and your friends, you and your family, you and your spouse, your partners, business, and especially if you are interested in doing social media, whether it's for informational purposes or for being like a content creator. This can be a blueprint for that. And I'm saying this because students have come back and told me like that this worked great for their social media endeavors. So I'll call out the nuggets of information that are like golden for certain things as we go through the course. Because it might not be obvious when reading the text and going through the lessons from the textbook, but I tend to put the color into things for you. All right, let's go back to the shell. All right, so make sure you read the syllabus. It is important for every class. Yeah, because different teachers teach at different schools maybe sometimes, and different rules apply to different schools. So if something goes wrong and you can be like, but the syllabus says this, and they'll just be like, oh yeah, that's right. And then they'll fix it. All right, so I'm gonna open up this lessons folder. And in each lessons folder, there is a chapter test for the chapter that we're working on at that time in the textbook. So what you'll see here, like once I'm done with this video for you, I'll put this video and the chapter 1 video right here. So it'll be before the chapter test. The best order of things to complete every week in this course is to listen to the video, watch the video that I make for you. It's an overview of the lessons that you need, and then read the chapter. So for chapter 1, you'll watch this video and the chapter 1 video, and then you'll read the chapter, and then you'll complete the chapter 1 test. That's the best practice for you to ace this course, and you'll do that for each chapter. Now, for the first week, chapter 1 and chapter 2 are due. For the second week, chapter 3 and chapter 4 are due. Once we get to chapter 5, we'll do one chapter or one lesson per week. This is because once we get to chapter 5, you'll have something called a document analysis activity that's due. And this is where you'll complete a memo. You have a written assignment, you'll write a memo, and I'll show you how to do the memo before we get there, along with the chapter test. So since you have more to do, once we get to chapter 5, we'll do one chapter a week. And we may just do, once we get to chapter 5, we may just do the odd number chapters where we have document analysis activities. But yeah, once we get to those document analysis activities, make sure you complete those. Those are worth a big chunk of your grade. Some people try to skip those for some reason, and once it's past due, there's no going back to it. So make sure you complete those. Now here's something else that you can look forward to, especially if you are someone who knows that you're busy and you like to get work over with. After we do chapter 5, once we do chapter 5, I'll open up the rest of the course to you so that you can go ahead and complete the chapter tests and the document analysis activities for the rest of the course. You can do that. You can read the chapters on your own, study, and complete the rest of the chapter tests and the document analysis activities. But the midterm and the final won't be available until the midterm and final date. So the midterm is chapters 1 through 8, and the due date for that is February 22nd. So you can put that in your calendars now. Let's see. It'll be available February 16th to February 22nd. You can put that in your calendars now if you plan to go ahead, so that you can get an alert, give yourself an alert so that you don't miss that. Some people don't come back and complete the midterm and final, and it messes up their grades. So make sure you do that. And the final exam is chapters 9 through 15, and that's due on April 26th. So the week leading up to April 26th, April 20th to April 26th is when the final exam is available. So set an alert, so that you know when the final exam is available, just in case you want to go ahead, so that you can come back and take those, because those are not open for the whole course. All right. So let's talk about the textbook. Close this. So in course resources, I put that link in the wrong place, in the wrong class. So in course resources, I'll have the link here for my office hours. Let me see if I can I just copy that over? Let me see. Ta-da! So here are my office hours in course resources. You can click here to make an appointment. And for on-campus office hours, Tuesday, 1 to 2 p.m., Wednesday, 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. On Tuesdays, I'll be between room 106 and my office, which is 412A. Virtual office hours, Tuesday, 5:30 to 6:30, Wednesday, 1 to 2 p.m. And on Tuesdays, between 5:30 and 6, that first part of that office hour, I'll play the video lesson for you, and I'll be there live so that you can ask any questions. Yeah. So you can just click here, pop in, ask questions, and I'll either answer you by voice or in the chat, depending on if the video lesson is still playing. I don't know what this is going to do. Let's see what it does. Okay. I'll put a better link there. Ooh, okay. I'll put a better link there. All right, so you will need to have the textbook for the course. The best way to do it is you have to purchase the textbook. You can get it from the bookstore. You purchase the textbook from the bookstore. It'll come with a code, and you can use that code to sign into to register for Macmillan Achieve. The Macmillan Achieve course right here has a textbook, an ebook right here in this left menu. Usually this version of the ebook is kind of wonky, so I like to use the one over here where it says read ebook on Vital Source Bookshelf. This just seems to be a more complete software. And let's go to chapter 1 here. And you can read the textbook, or you can have it read to you. So in this menu here, it says read aloud, and you can have the textbook read to you. You don't even have to read it.
Chapter 1, Introduction to Technical Communication. What is technical communication?
And I have it playing at like, what, 3 times the speed, because I read the whole textbook already. So yeah, I usually go over it before I make your video for you. So yeah, read the textbook, watch the video that I make for you, read the textbook or let the textbook read to you, and then complete the chapter test. I'll fix this link so that it goes to our course. If you have any questions for me, you won't see this Ask the Instructor there. If you have any questions for me, send me an email. And don't be afraid to just put your question in the email. You don't have to write a whole paragraph or a whole story for me to answer a question. You can just, hey, Professor Jeter, what format can I do my document analysis in? And I'll get back to you. In fact, if I'm not in my office in front of the computer, if I can read your email from my drop-down notifications, I'll just get right back to you. But if you write a whole story of an email and I can't read the whole thing from there, I'll wait until I get back here to this desk in front of this laptop, and then I'll email you back. So if you get right to the point, I can get right back to the point with you. If it's a long, elaborated thing, then I'm going to wait until I'm situated before I get to your story. All right, let's see if there's anything else for you here. All right, I think that's it for the overview of the course. Yeah. So most important thing right now is to read the syllabus information, complete the no-show quiz, and get the textbook. Get it from the bookstore. You can get it from the bookstore. You can get it from Macmillan directly. The bookstore is supposed to have the best deal, but if you're a savvy shopper and you think you can get it better elsewhere, by all means, go for it. Yeah. That's it. So this week, chapters 1 and 2 will be due. I am working on doing some more interactive kind of videos with my green screen back there. And I'm trying to work with this new software. So if that messes up, I'll probably just give you one of the videos that I pre-made for certain chapters. But yeah, I'm updating a lot of my lessons here. So hopefully you get some updated ones. It's the same. It's the same information. It's the same information. All right. That's all. So check out the lesson for chapter 1 and complete the chapter tests by Sunday. Check out the lesson for chapter 2. Read the chapter. Complete the chapter test by Sunday. And yeah, all of our assignments will be due on Sunday by midnight, before midnight. So 11:59, make sure they're submitted before 11:59. Okay, later.